What's going on, Shadow Fighters? It's Boston Mono right here, and welcome back to another video of Shadow Fight 3 beta video. And I'm just gonna be pulling pretty general conclusions because, as far as I'm concerned, right here, there's been many of the things have already been seen right here, if not everything have been seen right here. Because remember what happened when we got our first hands onto the 1.21.2 beta update that the developers was releasing, and we got to see some new set bonuses as we all receive right now. But we only got to see the arrow set, while the Shadow Artisan and the legionary one, which is called Living Legend, or as I call it, the Valor, have been the sets that was dropping by later. So as far as I'm concerned, everything that's been pretty much new right here is certain redesigns, and also see that UIs are a little bit smaller. That's also one thing in particular. That's also one of the things. But before we even move ahead to explain more of the betas, there's actually been a post on Facebook by the developers themselves, this kind of post right here, which actually explains that the game is underway, okay? The game is underway, and that the game itself is updating itself. That's what I meant by the game is underway, because the update is sliding by right there, and that's why we beta testers are sitting down here today and trying to find some bugs and issues that there might be occurring, so that the final product perhaps can have those bugs out of there, like it have no bugs as such, as we're trying to update the game and actually get into the real stuff and check out the new content. So if you just scroll around here, the thing that's been pretty much new is the new set. And by the way, you see that they don't call Trishaku, they actually call it Sanjikun, which is basically the same as Trishaku, but they made it pinyin wise. And by that I mean they want to use those Latin characters, but instead of using the Chinese characters to describe the same thing, they use the pinyin readings to describe the exact same thing. Although it might sound a little bit confusing, people being expected to Trishaku, but instead they get the Sanjikun instead. But I think it pretty much works out and might fit the flow. You might be also confused in the same way as we scroll up over here and check out, for example, this, which is called Composite Glaive. Now, when the developers were teasing this new weapon before the chapter 7, it was called Match Blades, and I still like to call it Match Blades because that was the first name and also the name that sounded more fitting for such a weapon. And same goes for Trishaku, because I've been watching movies where they use the term Trishaku, and Sanjikun is basically meaning the same, although I've never really heard it until now. I'm learning a little bit Chinese, but I haven't been getting really into it just yet. I've been learning a little bit more Japanese than Chinese, and when it comes to Chinese readings, Japanese, it's a bunch of readings of the Chinese characters, but that's not something we're going to be getting into. So short summary, new weapon, new set. And also about this new set is, when we go to set items, it says you cannot get this set right now because the related event is currently inactive, and that is because there is going to be an event for the skin. Or not the skin, but the set itself. So we're basically going to get an event where you have a chance to grab ourselves this new weapon right here that we're going to get. And about that probably means that there was going to be 4 or even 5 events that was actually going to be popping by. Because look at this picture that I'm just showing you right here. That was from one of the telegrams in the Facebook by them stating that there's going to be like 2 to 3 new events this year. Now there's probably going to be more than that, so we can actually keep our intrigue pretty high up right there, since that there's going to be more events. Because really, when 3 events already slided by in a short time span, we got Deep Color. Deep Color was an event happening in summer, but then we got Wheel of History, and now we got shortly after Wheel of History, we got the Full Moon Riddles. and this is going to be the 4th event where we're going to get our chances to grab ourselves this kind of update. And if there's anything else besides this, besides the T-Shocker, which the developers have been mentioning several times in their Q&As, telegrams that they've been developing, and now that it's finally going to be out, first in Legendary, to just have that Legendary weapon intrigue. But pretty much, if there's anything else, it is E2's Plane, because again, I'm gonna refer to this post right here because it says several lines with Bolo and supposed E2, if it's really E2, which ends up in both of them saying, it's a dialogue in which I'm only going to be saying the end, we feel both betrayed. Now this feel both betrayed. Betrayed by what? That's also something to speculate before we enter the E2's Plane. Now since the developers probably purposely did that so that we could try to see if there's going to be any E2's Plane down here. But as far as we're concerned, no. We're not sure because we didn't get enough currency to do so, but I still enjoyed the go of just spending a lot of gems and seeing how many legendary cards I could get, and also one of the most important parts to see if everything worked properly and if there was any special changes with this update, and there have been, which I already mentioned to you guys, so that's one thing. But pretty much that is all we have for this update right here. And aside from that, we also got UI changes. For example, the shop right here. The shop now shows the power, in which you can now see, instead of actually tapping to see the power, now you actually see the power. I would like the developers to do the same with the abilities as well, since now they do it on shop items. The same thing they did over here with the event items. They have the banners already, and also in bold letters marathon, and also in bold letters, the bold numbers, the actual power that this purchase is going to give that item. That's what it is. But if we do the same over here, if we do the same over the abilities, then I think the shop is going to be a little bit more dynamic and a little bit more helpful into players choosing what they really want to buy for the day, and if they really want to afford into doing this stuff right here. That's all that matters, pretty much. That's all I want to say about that. So yeah, I think there's nothing else much to say. I just want to roughly summarize the update, the new stuff that's just been sliding by right here, and also this marathon, because now we have marathons that are no longer divided in stages, but rather just a list of milestones, where they already showed the grand end milestone, and now I cannot even scroll back. What is this? Come on, scroll. There we go. So yeah, you see right here, I'm just scrolling through. It's no longer divided into stages. Now the marathon interface has changed into being a list of milestones. But the amount of points and stuff like that are still the same. That's pretty much all I have to say about that. So that's everything you guys have been looking forward to, and if there's anything extra new that might be popping up, because there might be, then it's probably all expected in the update's going to be sliding by. The developers have sent in the post, I think, approximately a week, so we can all keep our small little hype up for when that update is going to be sliding by. And this has been BossModder right here, and I hope you guys did enjoy this summary video. There wasn't really that much to talk, and I just wanted this video to be as compact as possible, and also letting you guys get informed fully about what's about to slide by for this 1.22 update, because it's something to anticipate of, and part of the roadmap is going to be completed. Just gonna be seeing if I really get E2's Plane, because if I do buy that hint, if it's true, really true, instead of actually, you know, going the other way around, if it's true, then I have the opportunity to actually get myself the remaining legendary cards. Although those new legendary cards that are there, which I talked to a random guy from Discord, and he was actually right about this. So there you go, man. You took the jackpot in that. But still, if I get E2's Plane, I'll definitely have my chance to get to grab myself the last set of the game. If there's not going to be any extra sets in the game all of a sudden popping up. But we're just going to be waiting to see. That's pretty much all of the summaries right here, guys. And I hope you guys did enjoy it. And if you guys did, be sure to hit that like button to show support. And if you're new and enjoy my overall content, be sure to hit that subscribe button so yeah, you'll become a part of the BossModder community right here. And yeah, this update right here sure has some intrigue. And I do see that the developers have been working for a long time. You know, we've been waiting for a whole entire summer without having any especially new aside from the Deep Color event on that summer day where we all were sitting down and grinding for the legendary Grand Arbiter skin. And now, series of events are sliding by, and more events are sliding by in a short span of time, and more updates are also popping up as well. We have already one beta in September or something. I'm not entirely sure when, but it was several months ago since I did the beta for the update, and now I actually get access to this update, so this is really thankful right here. Alright, without anything else to say, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy everything that I just said right here, and again, be sure to hit the like button to share the support, and without anything else to say, I'm gonna hop into some builds and fun stuff tomorrow, starting from tomorrow onwards, unless there's anything special I want to cover about this. So until then, I'll catch you guys in another one.